Rachel and John.
It's fresh. It's so fresh. It was so fresh. So fresh.
We took a little extra long break there because we wanted to make sure we finished those heroes.
Yeah. Two heroes to our left. We're so excited to talk to. Heroes. They're not gyros. They're heroes. They're heroes in the vintage world. So quick story. John and Rachel got wind that there was this great vintage event happening at the David Lawrence Convention Center last year. And so Michael said, well, at least come down. Well, let me tell you, we thought we were doing him a favor by maybe coming down and showing a little something. Please. We were one or two of like 7,000 people waiting to get in. And what an atmosphere it was. And could not happen to better people. It was such a good vibe. And I'm so glad that you reached out this year because guess what? It's back and you're going to tell us a little more about it.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for coming last year. That was really fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it was fun.
You almost were sitting on furniture from your show because we walked all around that place looking for furniture.
Did you buy some?
But we weren't sure where we were going to end.
I love that you're calling them out.
And so we decided, let's hold off. And we ended up not. We came here and finally, when Wahlburgers closed, we went and got these. So these are vintage. So
if they're 20 years old, they're vintage, if you can believe that.
Yeah. We'll start there. So talk about the show and give us what vintage means.
Well, we've been doing the show for 13 years now, and this is going to be our 18th event.
Wow.
And it's grown over the years slowly. We started at the New Hazlet Theater on the north side.
Yeah.
And we were at Heinz History Center, the Teamsters Hall in Lawrenceville, Nova Place. And here we are at the Convention Center, with like 115 vendors. It's it's just kind of grown organically.
We just kept outgrowing our spaces, and they would say we can't do it. There's too many people, fire codes, blah blah blah. And so eventually we got to the Convention Center, which we were timid of.
Yeah, it's a little overwhelming.
Absolutely love. They are so wonderful to deal with.
Yeah,
so
is that right? That's good.
It is. Yeah.
Now, what is it called so that people know?
The Pittsburgh Vintage Mixer.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And why that? Because it's a mix of things.
When we created it, we just threw a bunch of names in a hat and we were like, let's vote on what we like best. And we really liked the idea of what Pittsburgh Vintage Mixer brings to your mind. So
it's sort of like a mixture of items. There's housewares, vinyl records, lots of clothing,
alcohol,
furniture, not vintage alcohol,
food.
Food. Yeah, there's some food, but it's like a mixture of all different kinds of vintage things, a mixture of people and mixture of price points too, because we didn't want it to be like a big, like a high-end antique market or a flea market where it's like there's no dollar bins and things like that. So it's like somewhere in the middle,
right?
So if you want to get something fancy like a high-end chair or something, you could do that, or you could get just like little toys.
It's not like a flea market where you get dirty.
Understood.
But I remember the classiness of it all because I didn't know what to expect in that. There are certain vendors that are there and they set up all their stuff like a room.
Right.
If you go to Room Concepts or, whatever, you go and you see a room set up, it's very much like that. It's all extremely organized. It's not like the bargain basement of anything.
That's
We make people apply, send in a certain amount of photos and their Instagram and their Facebook, any social media that they have.
There's a judging process.
Okay. And the judging process, and we want to curate it. So we want to make sure of everything.
Yes.
Like stuff for men too. So menswear and we everything from vinyl records to books to
and we don't want it to be
to clothes to
we don't want it to be too much of one thing, like not all
I was just going to ask that. Yeah. So you're limiting essentially categories so that it's not,
So it's a nice mixture.
And then we map it out, which is a whole nother process. So, we try not to have too many of the same type of stores next to each other and really work on the map. But every year it gets a little easier and it's fun. It's fun to do. And
it's clearly in demand, right?
It is in demand. When we started it, there was nothing like that in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're friends with Handmade Arcade.
Sure.
And, they don't do vintage. They're handmade, which is great. And we love them. And we were like, but there's nothing for vintage. Right. So we had the idea, there's three of us, our partner, Beth Dunlevy, who is super Pittsburgh famous. Probably most of you know her listening, is amazing. And she's our third partner.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. And we decided, like, we had started selling stuff as a store called Red Pop Shop on Etsy. Vintage,
Okay.
Yep.
because we all love vintage. And then we were like, you know what? There's no vintage fair. Like
like
in
nothing that
Pittsburgh.
we.
Where do us vintage people go to
Exactly.
hang out?
Right.
You know, we go to
Yeah.
a few things here and there, but we were like, yeah, this could be so much better. Like we could make it like bring all our friends. We always would say it's like a big party for all your friends and everything's for sale.
But to clarify that on if somebody's listening to the fact that, but it's not like if I had 4 chairs I wanted to sell at my mom's.
No, not at all.
It's not that
Not
at all.
no,
This
it's
is
not.
I mean, people
so
call
classy.
us with that.
We
kind
get
of
a
stuff.
lot of that.
And I'm always
we try
like,
to direct them somewhere.
may I
else,
suggest you
but-
come to the event and see what it's like?
Yeah.
And, you know, we don't buy things, but, you know, maybe our vendors want to buy things from you. So you could talk to them. You
Do
know,
you
so.
see a little bit of that? The vendors coming and saying, "Oh, I need to go check out the other vendors." Right?
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, because there's a
Yeah,
an
absolutely.
enjoyment amongst them. Yeah.
And I've noticed a lot of people will come and then they'll get motivated and they'll
Sure,
actually
yes.
start a store. And
Right.
then next year apply and say, hey, I was really inspired by the Pittsburgh Vintage Mixer and now I have this online shop. Or, you know, we have a lot of brick and mortar.
Sure.
And when we started, we were knocking on their doors and they're looking at us like, who are you?
Yeah.
And we're like, we want to have a vintage fair.
So now
Want
it's at
you
the
to be
point where
part
we
of it.
get applications. So it's like a different. Yeah,
When do
it's just kinda
applications start?
in the spring?
Yeah.
Okay.
April. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to watch online, follow us on social media, and you'll see all the posts.
What's
for
the typical demographic of an attendee purchaser? You know,
It really,
is it young.
it's
I have to
young.
think.
It's younger.
To
Grandma.
70s, 80s.
Grandma
Yeah,
Gert.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
all
really
sorts of
is.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people
Yeah.
come dressed in their vintage clothing that
Yes,
they
we
love.
saw
you
that.
know,
Yeah.
so it's,
Yeah, that
it's
was
really
cool.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah.
we love it. Yeah,
And you're the most welcoming people. I mean
Oh,
that. Like we
thank
really
you so
enjoyed
much.
coming in. Like we were so excited just to see it. And I forget what event we had that we had to buzz in and out. But as we came in and just going through and seeing again all the various things, they all know you. You're high-fiving people as you're going through.
yeah.
Well, our
because-
vendors are amazing.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
love
we have
our
such
vendors.
a great vintage
Yes.
community in
Yes.
Pittsburgh. I mean, we really do. And
That's
they're
cool.
they're
And they get
wonderful
excited to
people
come together.
and
Yeah.
we are happy to see them. They're happy to see us, and
Okay.
we developed like friendships.
This
with
is it,
them.
yeah.
You guys
This
are
is-
awesome. You're
yeah.
finishing these other sentences. And so
You do a podcast.
you're like
yeah.
literally like a morning radio.
Well,
thing
we've
right
been
here.
together 30 years, so
a long time. So yeah.
So the vintage mixer.
yeah.
Yes.
And I'm calling it the Great Vintage Mixer. It's like a Charlie Brown thing. Put
The
the
Great
great in
Vintage
front of it,
Mixer.
right?
That's right.
Tell us the date, the times. How do they find out more information?
Oh, sure. It's
November 7th is a Friday night, and we are having our night owl. So it's early shopping. It's from 6 to 9 p.m. It's a ticketed event. You have to buy the tickets online. You could do that at our website, pghvintagemixer.com, or on our Facebook, or
then-
through our Instagram.
all our social media, and
And-
then Saturday is the main event.
Yeah.
And that's $10 at the door. No pre-sale. It's just come to the door.
Yeah,
And
from,
then the
from 9 to
line
5.
line-
9 to
Lines around.
5. And then there's a discounted entry from 3
3
to
to
5, like
5.
the last 2 hours
Yeah.
Oh,
for
okay.
$5.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
good.
you
Yeah.
can just pop in then too.
cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's great. We're getting, now's the time. We're getting
Now's the
ready
time.
for it.
Yeah,
Yes,
this
things
is
are
our
happening.
first night owl in several years.
Yeah,
so it's
we
our
haven't
first
done one.
at the convention center. So we're really excited about it. And tickets
Yeah.
are
You
on
should
sale
be
now.
proud.
They're limited tickets, and they are going fast.
Yeah, because
So-
other events had little things the night before because the shoppers want special access,
Yeah,
or they pay a little bit more and then come and get first dibs on all this stuff
Yeah.
and whatever,
Yeah,
and then so we'll see how it goes.
Big question. Did you bring us a junk drawer item that might be
We
vintage?
brought many.
Okay.
well, this
Yeah,
isn't
Jason
really
can start.
vintage, but I will start.
Oh my
It's a
God,
little.
this-
It's a little record.
It's a little tiny record crate.
crate
I
filled
Oh
with
my
love
God.
Little
Filled
tiny
with little-
records.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I
a
love
little
I'm
tiny
keeping-
vinyl.
I might
Little tiny
take that
records.
home.
Yes, little tiny records
Yes.
in it.
And then that's kind of a
Vintage
weird thing.
records, lots of
Speaking
Beatles.
of music
First one is
items,
Beatles. Hysterical. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I brought a cassette single, a Prince cassette single.
Prince is my favorite.
Yes,
Second
same.
favorite. Well, Michael Jackson, then Prince.
Oh, okay.
we love
Yeah,
Prince
there's
and
a
Michael
pecking
Jackson.
order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe those are vintage items. People don't remember cassette singles
Love
very much
this.
anymore.
Reminding everybody that we are talking about the Pittsburgh
Vintage Mixer.
and it
Yes.
happens on November 8th and
7th and
7th.
7th and
7th
8th, Friday and
All right.
Saturday.
In the meantime, now go ahead. You were were going to say
I have one
something.
more item.
Yeah,
Yes.
we both have one more item.
This is a Fisher Price mini person. Fisher Price little people is what they're called.
Yeah.
They're collectible
Yes.
too.
Diamonds and pearls.
Yes.
It is Diamonds and Pearls.
It is Diamonds and Pearls, the cassette single. Wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are things I had in my desk drawer. Here's a tiny little rubber
I can't
cat.
believe you're giving me. Oh, I hate cats, so I love. Okay.
Yeah, the cat's
Hysterical.
going to sit
You'll like
around
this
listen
one.
to the
And I
video.
have an old iMac controller.
control.
Remote
Oh,
control
wow,
that-
yes.
I still have the
Oh
old
my
iMac,
God.
but I don't use
Our
that
vintage
one.
gonna
friends are
become-
like, we're unloading our.
Yeah.
We're going to become a vendor at
Orange-
next year's
Okay,
vintage.
I have one more. Now you
All
might
right.
remember these. They used to give these away as like promotional items. It's a little mirror
Oh, my
and a
God,
thing.
yeah.
And that one has Pittsburgh things on it. You know, like
Yes,
Jiffy Auto Rental.
It's
Oh my
vintage.
God.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
You
I
guys,
love it.
we absolutely love
I
it.
would like to
Yeah.
add that we
Yeah.
focused last year. We focused on Pittsburgh sports,
Yes.
and
Yes,
this year
I-
is just a focus on vintage Pittsburgh items.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So that's
if you
the
see-
other kind of thing that we should mention, that we also have a lot of people that sell vintage sports memorabilia.
Sure. Yeah,
so
that's
there's
a biggie
lots of
in
like
Pittsburgh.
older, Pirates jackets and Steelers jackets and things like that. I mean, whatever that
It's
may be.
anything
Yeah.
you can think of.
Yeah.
All right. We have.
Speaking
go ahead.
of vintage, we have
That's
a
all I
special
got.
question of the day before we let you guys leave
Yes.
because it's like the Hotel California. You can't
Welcome to
Yeah,
the
that's
Hotel
right.
I love it.
Our Aurora
California.
Con question
Sorry,
today
John.
is what this is, since it's a vintage podcast, theme
Okay.
podcast, what is that one vintage or nostalgic item that you wish you had from your parents' house?
I have it. Go ahead.
I have it.
Oh, you weren't
Do you
asking
want-
me.
First, if you know.
Okay. Well, it was actually from my grandparents' house. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's and I'm about to get it next week, and I'm very excited. It's one of those. It's a turntable, but it's a furniture piece.
Oh,
so
okay.
the middle opens,
Yes.
the sides are speakers. It has an 8-track,
8-track
a
in it.
turntable,
Nice.
And it's
and
two
a radio,
turntables and a microphone.
And
Where
my
is
entire life, it was in my grandparents' house.
like a piece of furniture.
in their living room as soon as you
I
entered.
love that.
And when they passed away, the person that bought the house took it, and now she wants to get rid of it, and she asked if I want it, and I'm like, yes.
Sign me up.
My brother has a truck, so we're going to
Everyone
pick it up
has-
next
somebody
week.
in the
So
family
I'm
has
glad
a
you
truck.
asked that
There
question.
you go.
That's awesome.
Good, good,
Mike,
good.
Mine would be like the telephones, because they were really cool, and I really have a thing for like old phones.
Okay.
Like push button phones or rotary phones,
Yeah.
and princess phones with the rotary. And
Okay.
but my parents had a lot of these like olive green push button phones back
I
then.
love that.
Yeah, I have one, but I
Yeah.
wish I had all the other ones that they had, because they were really cool, and I remember
John,
them.
good question. You
you.
got
It
some good
is.
answers.
Yeah, thank you.
One more
I
time,
love that.
website.
Oh,
Pittsburghvintagemixer.com or
PGHvintagemixer.com.
We love it.
PGHvintagemixer.com.
Rachel.
They both take you there.
Yes.
YaJagoff Late Night.